the January 25th council meeting. The first thing we have is a public hearing for a conditional use application and a variation application for a 4x6 foot LED sign to be installed outside the Legion. The purpose of the hearing is to hear from the public and also to give council opportunity to ask any questions that they may have of the applicant. So I know Mr. Miller, you're here on behalf of the Legion, so I don't know if you just want to come and have a seat up here.
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
So basically, you cannot have any kind of LED lighting anywhere near the 300 feet from an adjacent residential neighborhood. This is not the case in this issue. Also, the reason we sent the letters is to hear any concerns from any neighborhood properties, and we've had no concerns from them.
Okay, does anybody have questions for Mr. Miller?
I was just wondering what two signs currently exist and where would this sign be?
The two signs that currently exist is our Legion emblem, that bigger one. I think that is a 4x6. And then they consider because we've got the Royal Canadian Legion branch 19 in letters, they also told us that was a sign. So that's the two signs that we presently have. And the other one is going to go over our alcove where you first walk in to the Legion. It's going to be going up on top on that peak.
So is it going facing out?
Yeah.
Or
Facing out towards,
sides?
no, just facing out. One-sided.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions? No. Okay, so it is on the agenda for the council meeting later on, so I don't know if you want to stay to hear the decision. If you don't, then they'll let you know what it will be.
Okay, maybe they can just let me know if there's no other concerns.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Variation.
Okay, we have to do both of them? Okay, so the next one is the variation application for the same thing.
This one is to permit 3 signs rather than the permitted 2 signs, and to allow the maximum coverage from 64 square feet to 67 square feet.
Yeah, it's within what I measured it. If it's cold and kind of snowy, it's very close.
And we've had no questions, concerns, or inquiries from the public with this application either.
Okay, so same thing, it's on the agenda for later. Okay, so I will call the public hearing closed and we will move on to the council portion of the meeting. And the first thing on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda.
Moved by Councilor Rock, seconded by Councilor Zelinski. Be resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? Okay, item number 3 is the confirmation of the minutes.
Moved by Councilor Rock, seconded by Councilor Zelinski. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting of December 16th, 2015, and the Committee of the Whole minutes of January 11th, 2016, be hereby approved, all statutory declarations having been complied with.
Okay, any questions or comments on that? Call the vote. All those in favor? Are you in favor, Mr. Gibb?
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay, item number 4, citizens period. Anybody got anything? No? Okay, moving right along to item number 5, bylaws 5.1, accommodation tax bylaw.
I'm just going to
Call a conflict.
go get a bottle.
Okay.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that bylaw number 4535, being a bylaw of the Town of the Pas, to impose a tax on accommodation of short duration in order to support community enhancement projects, recreational infrastructure, and destination marketing, and to repeal bylaw number 4448 be read first time.
I don't think this is new information to anybody, but we did make a little bit of changes to the accommodation tax bylaw. So the destination marketing portion is being split into two pots, 50/50, 50% to go to recreational infrastructure and 50% to still be handed out through destination marketing grants. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? Do I have to put who abstained or anything, Randy?
I would just put give file contract, just at the bottom.
Okay, moving right along. Number 6, committee 6.1, Public Works and Maintenance. 6.11, wastewater lagoon study.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, whereas the town of Paw must begin the process of determining the stages required for the town's lagoon to meet current and future wastewater legislation. And whereas the town has requested the assistance of the Manitoba Water Services Board with respect to a wastewater lagoon study, therefore be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and assistant chief administrative officer to sign a cost-shared agreement feasibility study with the Manitoba Water Services Board respecting a wastewater lagoon study. And be it further resolved that the town of the Paw's contribution be in the amount of $40,000, which will be allocated for in the engineering department's 2016 capital projects budget.
Okay, anybody have any questions or comments on that? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Six point 31 payroll and accounts.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Rock. Be it resolved that council authorize the following accounts. General checks numbers 16510 to 16650 in the amount of $1,007,451.39. KRC check numbers 5166 to 5275 in the amount of $160,768.87. Payroll period number 25 in the amount of $107,693.69, and payroll period number 26 in the amount of $113,328.86.
Thank you. Questions or comments? I'll call the vote. Oh, no? Okay, all those in favor? It's carried. Item 6.3.2, 2016 tax sale.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore. Whereas Section 365, subsection 2 of the Municipal Act provides that council may in any year designate the immediately preceding year or any earlier year as the year for which properties, the taxes in respect of, which are in arrears for the year, must be offered for sale by auction to recover the tax arrears and costs. Be it resolved that the designated year for which properties in arrears be offered for sale by auction be 2015, meaning all properties with outstanding taxes from the year 2014 or prior. Be it further resolved that in accordance with Section 363, subsection 1 of the Municipal Act, costs shall be the actual costs incurred for each parcel listed for the 2016 tax sale administration fees of $50 as set forth in the Manitoba Regulation 50/97. Be it further resolved that the 2016 tax sale be held on November 14th, 2016 at 2:00 p.m. at the Town of the Paw, 81 Edwards Avenue in Council Chambers. Be it further resolved that council appoint the Chief Administrative Officer as the designated officer for the 2016 tax sale. Be it further resolved that council place a reserve bid on tax sale properties in the amount of the tax arrears and associated costs in regards to the 2016 tax sale. And be it further resolved that council authorize the Chief Financial Officer to sign the engagement letter with tax service with regards to the Town of the Paw tax sales. I presume there are no questions.
Could you repeat that, please?
So this is the annual agreement that we do with the company called Tax Service to handle our tax sale, auction, and debt collection.
Okay, I will call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. All right. 6.33, Trappers Festival Road Closure Request.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward, whereas council received a request from the Trappers Festival Youth Board to close the 100 block of Edwards Avenue for their street festival. Therefore be resolved that council authorize the closure of the 100 block of Edwards Avenue in front of Home Hardware on Friday, February 19, 2016, from 1 to 3 p.m., subject to the approval of the businesses affected and the RCP being notified for the Trappers Festival Youth Board Street Festival. And they have done this before, so no big change.
They're just moving in
Yep.
front of Home Hardware instead of in front of the mall like they usually do. Any questions or comments? I will call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Item number 6.34, council committees and representatives on boards/commissions for 2016.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, whereas council met on Tuesday, January 5th, 2016, to appoint council committee and representatives for boards and committees for 2016. Therefore, be it resolved that council approve the following appointments. Personnel Committee, Brian Rock, Margaret Commodore, Crystal Moorish. Museum Board, Brian Rock. Library Board, Chad Zielinski. KRC, Alan Gibb. Chamber of Commerce, Margaret Commodore. Tolko Sustainable Management Committee. Thanks for the update there. Brian Rock. Cycling Committee, Andrew Ford and Margaret Commodore. The PAW and Area Justice Network, Jim Scott. The PAW Community Renewal Corp, Crystal Moorish. Citizens on Patrol, Chad Zielinski and Margaret Commodore, and Deputy Mayor Crystal Moorish.
Questions or comments?
No backing out now?
Yeah, no backing out. Poor Chad got signed up for everything while he was away. Just kidding. Okay, I will call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Right, item number 6.3.5, audit services.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Roth. Be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and assistant chief administrative officer to sign the engagement letter with Colin Barrows HMA LLP with regards to the 2015 audit.
So I believe we have a 3-year agreement with them. Yeah, so this is year 2, I think. We signed a 3-year agreement last year. So
No, this is the start of a
oh, this is
new
the start
agreement.
of the,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I stand corrected.
The requesting from the province, they like a new resolution each year, even though we did one.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? I'll call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Okay, 6.4, planning and development, 6.4.1, conditional use application.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward, whereas town received a conditional use application and council held a public hearing on January 25th, 2016. Therefore, be resolved that council approve the conditional use application 01-16 for 4 Veterans Way submitted by the Royal Canadian Legion for the installation of a 4x6 illuminated LED digital sign, which was just
Yeah, so we just had the public hearing, so everybody is okay with moving forward with this and with the sign? Yeah. yes,
My
yes.
only comment is that going forward, and I know it's not high on the to-do list, but it should be on the to-do list, change the bylaw so office staff can deal with this, because every sign request is going to be an LED sign, and
We're going to actually be changing all of that in your zoning bylaw, so that it's not even a condition as long as it meets a certain size or
right,
whatever.
when it comes to you guys and deal with it, because this is the 4th time.
Any other questions or comments? I'll call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Item number 6.4.2, variation application. Okay.
moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward, whereas the town received a variation application and council held a public hearing on January 25th, 2016. Therefore, be it resolved that council approve variation order 01-16 for 4 Veterans Way, submitted by the Royal Canadian Legion to permit the installation of a 4x6 illuminated LED digital sign with the following variations: from a maximum of 2 signs per businesses to 3 signs, from a maximum sign service area per business of 64 square feet to 67 square feet.
Thank you. So again, just from the public hearing, and we're okay with moving forward and voting on this? Okay, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Item number 7.1, purchase agreement. Do you want me to do it now? Okay, I thought we did it under committee of the whole.
Are we
Okay,
doing this now?
actually, sorry, we're not doing it yet. We're going to do committee reports first. So I realized, sorry, Al. I realized we just made some changes, but those people haven't had a chance to go to the boards and meetings yet, so it'll still be the previous counselors who will ask to report on the various committees that they sit on. Museum Board, Counselor Forward. Oh, you have notes.
I do.
Go you.
Notes. The museum board. Hang on one second. We have, the summer student program applications have been completed and submitted for summer hires. Rentals through the month of December were, there were 12 rentals and programs. Was a paint night fundraiser hosted in December that was well attended, with plans to do a second in January. That one actually happened here on, I think, last Thursday night or something, and apparently it was a bit of an increase in attendance and well attended as well, so that's good news. They have a temporary exhibition called Birding in a Box from the Canadian Museum of Nature, and it actually may be gone now. Well,
No, it's not, because tomorrow my mom and you're taking our guides.
oh, you are, eh? That's right. I know that, yes, because there was a request from guiders about it, and that had come up. So apparently it's quite an exhibit, so. Also, there was the 2014 audit was reviewed and passed through resolution and signed. Capital and operational budgets were reviewed, and those have been submitted to the town. And I think that's about it. Next meeting, I believe, is February the 12th, the second Tuesday in February here anyway. Is it, you're going out of the board, is it, Jeff?
Counselor Rock.
Oh, Councilor Rock. I'll confirm that for you, Brian. I thought I had written that down, but I don't see it here. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. Chamber of Commerce, Counselor Commodore.
Yeah, we just had a meeting the other day, and we have Martin Platt, he's no longer there, so we have Shirley Barbeau, thankfully filling in the big shoes, because we have the trade show coming up. Membership is going out, and they're going to try to get new members, as usual. AGM is coming up. What else? Not too much more. Just, they're talking about, they have to do the new lease agreements, and what was that last thing? Oh, we're asking about the license fees for the trade show for people coming from out of town. So that was being discussed, and they were going to approach the town to see if they can get it waived, or what fees the town was going to instill on tradesperson coming into town, what they would be charged for a business license.
Okay, thank you. Sustainable Forest, Counselor Rock.
We haven't had a meeting since we last met, but I probably have one coming up in February. I'm not sure of the date.
The 18th.
Yet. It hasn't come out.
February 18th.
As I look at it.
Okay, thank you. Citizens on Patrol, Counselor Zelinski and Commodore.
I wasn't at the last meeting.
Oh, I caught the last 10 minutes, and it was business as usual.
Okay, thank
So
you.
there wasn't anything new.
Okay,
Yep.
Recycling Board, Counselors Rock and Commodore.
Who wants to talk? Shall I talk? You want to talk? Well, we finalized the budget, and that's into the town. We're looking pretty good. Didn't ask for as much money from the town and from the RM, so that's a bonus there. Talking about plastic bags. No, we didn't. No use of plastic bags, but Margie was quite happy with no plastic bags, and it was a big difference. People are still putting their garbage into the recycling things. That's goes on and on. We got a new site for our meetings, which is very good. And, yeah. Oh, and around our... Oh, new
Truck's
truck?
in, yeah.
The trucks. Oh, the truck is in?
Yep.
Oh, I get it. We have a new truck.
It was in last week.
New truck.
Susan's driving around.
I saw it
Oh,
come
did
off
you?
the
I don't know
truck.
if they've got it in use yet or not, but
Oh,
the
I
new
thought
truck
they
arrived
did,
last
yeah.
week.
Oh,
It's a Dodge, right?
No, it's a Ford.
that's Ford.
Oh,
I saw it come off the truck.
okay, maybe.
I think it's getting a service box put on it
Oh,
or
okay.
something. So, but a new truck has arrived and was paid for, $20,000 of it was paid for through a grant from the MCSC.
Okay.
Okay, we done? Did
All
I
right.
miss
I
anything?
think that's it.
Okay.
Everything?
KRC, there's been no meeting since.
No, there was one last week.
Well, there was.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
So they're looking for a commission seat still. They haven't heard back from the RM on that one. They're exploring having a summer hockey school towards the end of August. The Moffett Fund is due March 4th, so if you know anyone looking to apply for the Moffett Fund. Slow Pitch Nationals are June 30th to July 2nd, and I believe they're meeting with representatives from Slow Pitch tomorrow to go over some items.
That's good news.
And then I brought forward, I guess, on further to our conversation, that not everything's going to get carried over, or everything will get carried over, but it won't be added on. So I hope I didn't speak out of turn, and that they should start prioritizing a list. And left it at that.
Thank you. The PA Community Renewal Corporation?
Yeah, we had a meeting last week. Still looking to fill the executive director role in a term basis. We have a mat leave that's ongoing there until July-ish. So we've had some applicants. There were interviews happening this week. There were 2 applications for the small grant funds. Both were approved. The total for both ended up being around $6,400 going out to the community. One was for the Storytellers Film Festival in March, and the other was for the Youth Trappers Board for the Trappers Festival coming up. And I think that was essentially it. Quite a bit of discussion about how to deal with turnover. I mean, the maternity leave is something that we knew about, but we weren't expecting. We filled the role, and then, we have turnover, and so that in a small organization where you only have 1 or 2 people, it's difficult to deal with turnover and still see a lot of action on the ground with the organization. So some discussion around that, but no real decisions or earth-shattering news out of it. So that's it. Next meeting is March 1st
Okay,
at 5:15 at the Visitor Information Center.
thank you. Library Board, Councillor Zelinski.
There hasn't been a meeting since December.
Okay. Youth Councillor Cordelia Luce, do you have anything that you would like to add?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on with the rest of the agenda. Item 7, unfinished business. 7.1, purchase agreement.
Oh, okay, that's me.
Just want to get around. Just kidding.
Oh, I need my glasses back. Jeez, I can't see. Moved by myself, moved by Councillor Andrew Forward, seconded by Councillor myself, sorry. Resolved that council authorize the mayor and the assistant chief administrative officer to sign a purchase agreement with Swampy Creek Holdings Limited for the purchase of Lot B, Plan 4550, in the amount of $158,000. There will be a press release on that tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, any comments or questions? Yep.
Just by way of comment, I think it's good that we're moving forward on the sale of property, and I believe once this is officially complete, then there would be some sort of a public announcement as to what their plan is and whatnot.
I can actually do that at the public director release this evening if you wish.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, that
Let's do
would
that.
be helpful.
This is a joint press release between Swampy, sorry, you should probably approve that first, because this might not be approved.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, I will call the vote. All those in favor? It's carried. Oops. Okay.
Okay, we wanted to have this, the press release done for the media, should they be in attendance. So this is a joint press release between Swampy Creek Holdings Limited and the Town of the Paw. Swampy Creek Holdings Limited and the Town of the Paw are pleased to announce that they've been successful in securing a land sale transaction as it relates to the purchase of 157 Bell Avenue in the Paw. Swampy Creek Tribal Council, which is comprised of 8 First Nations in northwest central Manitoba, is doing what they can to help the people of the local communities. The mission of the Tribal Council is to pursue the social, economic, and political well-being of member First Nations by assisting and advising in the delivery of programs and services at a pace compatible with each First Nation's aspirations. Swampy Creek Tribal Council is attaining this mission and has been working with the Town of the Paw over the past several months by implementing its plans for a receiving home to be located within the Town of the Paw. The receiving home will consist of a multi-bed facility approximately 17,000 square feet in size and will comprise of 30 rooms which will be specifically used by medical patients coming to the Town of the Paw from outside communities to receive healthcare services in the Paw. Town of the Paw Mayor Scott stated, "It is great to see a project like the receiving home in our community. We are one of the few medical hubs in northern Manitoba and are pleased to see that Swampy Creek Tribal Council is taking the lead in welcoming people to our community by providing such an important service to the people from outside communities." Grand Chief Nelson Janelle stated, "In servicing the health needs and well-being of our people, our intentions on providing another receiving home while being cared for medically is what our people have wanted for quite some time here in the Paw. So in order to make our people feel at home, we are going to provide this service and help with their health needs." We are all excited to see this project start in the summer of 2016.
Thank you. Okay. Yep.
Just by way of additional comment, I think it's really exciting that we've been able to move forward on this and support their plan to do that. Because at the PAW, one of our economic development activities is being a regional center, and people come to our community. So now, going forward, instead of having a vacant lot there, that'll actually have a service being provided and a reason for people to use this. They come here for health care and whatnot, and so it's great that they will get additional resources going their way and support from a broader than outside our community as well.
Any other questions or comments, I mean? Okay, item number 8, citizens period. Again, anybody having questions or, yeah?
Is that the empty hydro lot?
Yes.
And why did Councilor Gibb have to step up?
That was his choice to
Yeah.
withdraw from the meeting.
You would have to ask him. He chose to call a conflict, so. Anything else? Okay, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Thank you. And we will move on to the committee of the whole portion of the meeting. And I think you'll send copies, give copies. Yeah, okay. I saw them like madly trying to write, so.